do 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 do. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a couple weeks, and things have obviously changed, as they usually do in a grow setup, but for the better, to be determined. I think I said in the last episode that I would not start recording until pollen dropped. Well, if the pollen going into my lungs is any indicator, I would say that pollen has started to drop, and we are indeed seeding up plants, finally. That's not without its problems, or I should say there's just problems in general, which seems to be a reoccurring theme with this grow. The Blueberry Snowdream Northern Lights cross is stretching and stretching and stretching, and we've had to, like I said before, chop some heads over and over and over again. So not ideal, but I actually think I have it nailed down to humidity, because there wasn't a dehue hooked up to this tent for the first quarter of flower, and some old heads keyed me into, I don't know, I haven't done a whole lot of research on this, but that high humidity in flower can actually cause excessive stretch. So whether that's the light or humidity or environment, or a combination of all three of those things, that's where we're at right now. So, but we got some good smells going in this tent, lots of pollen. The Nuclear Sunset Monkeyberries cross is suffering from lack of food. That's what I'm going to say for now. We're getting a bottom-up yellowing, so we're probably getting a little hungry, and she's just going to have to ride it out. I'm gonna straddle her a little bit, kind of mount it up here. So, and I'm sorry about the microphone. The lapel mic is a little noisy. I don't know how to fix that. So, but we're gonna power through. We're not gonna let it best us. If I have to keep cutting tops off, I will. I know that hurts me probably as much as it hurts you. But we got to do something. And looking a little closer at this Nuclear Sunset Monkeyberries cross, she's definitely got some nutrient deficiencies, both micro and macro, going on here. Some rust spotting, possibly a CalMag, perhaps. Is the leaf touching the microphone? So yeah, we cut some heads off. We've been watering and watering and watering, and we collected pollen today. So that's pretty kick-ass. And we didn't get as much as I would have liked. So we'll probably come back for a round 2 here in a couple days to collect a little more, because the pollen sacs are opening in stages like they do. And then we will shortly after, probably in the next 2 or 3 days after I collect a second batch of pollen, the male will come down, and then flower will finish out with only ladies in the tent. And I can actually see calyxes swelling. So they are indeed taking pollen. Because I had to take so many tops off of the plants, including the male, I actually think there's a little less pollen to collect. That's maybe part of the reason. But the pool, or the plants in the pool, the Blueberry Snowdream cross here, no signs of food deficiency of any kind, just your general lower leaf death, which tends to happen when there's absolutely no light getting down. Well, there's not no light, but you know what I'm saying. And yeah, not a whole lot going on other than just kind of riding it out and getting ready for the outdoor season, which it is January 22nd right now. And believe it or not, it's time to start getting ready sooner rather than later. But we do have to wait for this plant or all these plants to finish. Talk about on the nose here, the nose we're getting. I'm a little nose blind because I've been watering and collecting pollen. But the Nuclear Sunset Monkeyberries cross has a serious shit smell, ass. Maybe that's just my nose, and my nose is kind of broken, so that's why I like to commandeer other people to like take a sniff of the plants. But if we get up in here, I swear to God, I get like a rotten something smell coming out of it. And we're a little early, or we're still, producing terpenes and producing trichomes here. But when I first opened the tent, I got a smell off of this plant, and there's freaking pollen everywhere, like just floating around all over the place. Blueberry Snowdream really has no distinct smell to it yet. Oh, okay. No, I am getting a little fruit, a little bit of that pineapple-y. That's definitely there, a little more there than it was a couple days ago. So we're getting something. We will eventually have to start individually sniffing plants, but for now I'm just letting them ride and do their thing. Next time, I'll have to prepare to maybe keep the plants really, really short. I mean, if you remember back from the beginning, they were quite short. We started flower pretty early, so it's impressive how big these plants got. Actually, this one's pretty short. This one's like right here. Could be the keeper. Who knows? I'll update as things keep moving along. Things are they're not off the rails, but there's like a wheel that's like grinding a flat spot in it. She's locked up. Bearings are locked up. And I have no more analogies for you. All right, we're back. Listen, whenever I last recorded, we were not in the right state of mind. We were a little down in the dumps, maybe a little worried about, whether we were going to make it, right? Or forget all that now. We're going to make it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we're cooking. We're right up into the light here. Let them cook. Let them cook. Look at that thing. Look at this. Look at this butt. Look at that. Let her cook. I don't care. I do care. But that is generally the attitude right now. We've got seed popping off. We've got a male dumping pollen. But it's time for the male to come down. Generally, that's how it works. If you're not aware, usually, if you're doing something like this, some sort of open pollination style breeding, I guess, you don't want to leave the male in for the full run because you'll get secondary pistils that'll come up, as most of y'all know. And that will end up taking more pollen, and it will extend the life of these plants, so I've heard. Oh, look at that. We've got some fungus gnat movement going on. Yeah, a little bit. Hasn't been terribly bad, the whole fungus gnat thing, but there is something whipping around over there. Probably a gnat. We got to get the male out of here to stop pollen production and finish off this run. We're getting, probably got a couple more weeks before we can say we're ready to chop down, but we are senescing and possibly also running out of food. This plant is definitely running out of food. I gave her a little bit of the Build-A-Bloom to kind of keep her going, but she's struggling a little bit, but that's okay. If I'm being honest, this Monkeyberries Nuclear Sunset Cross, there's just no smell to this plant. It's really not impressing me in any way. But the Blueberry Snowdream, we officially have a few keepers in here. That there's one in here in particular that smells fantastic, and I'm not entirely sure which one yet. And so upon harvest, we're gonna have to make our selection. So I'm gonna tag a few today. I'm just gonna do that off camera because it's, you know how that goes. We're gonna put a tag down by the stem, blah blah blah, write on it, date it, number it. But the Blueberry Snowdream, despite all the loss we've had with cutting tops off and all that stuff, and almost losing a potential male, almost having no males in the but yeah, it's doing really well, and there's some there's a potential banger in here, which I'm really excited about. Look at this topped plant over here. But some really nice looking bud too. Like, I'm gonna set my shears down for a second. You see this one kind of catches my eye every time. Some good, I mean, look at the frost on that thing. Looking really good. And they're gonna bulk up a little more. You know, they're not like massive buds, but remember, we lost all our tops. So, you know, this was probably gonna be a mid, and now it had to be a top. But the outdoor blueberry snow dream and Northern Lights did not have massive buds. They were sort of a medium-sized bud, which is kind of what I'm going for here. Nice, dense, medium-sized nugs. There's kind of another one right there. Frosty is a frigger, you know? Yeah, anyways, sometimes I seem a little down in the dumps, like I'm overwhelmed and like nothing's ever gonna work out, but I have to tell myself that it's gonna be just fucking fine, you know? It's gonna be fine. So we're gonna take the male down, get him out of here. In fact, I'm gonna do it all in one fell swoop. This is gonna be a nightmare, but join me in this pollen dusty fucking nightmare. It's gonna go all over the place. Good thing we don't have any other tents running, otherwise I'd be scared. There's like a haze. There's like this hazy cloud of pollen. Some people, let me get you out of here. Some people have a serious allergic reaction to cannabis pollen. Whoa, a little overexposed there. Doesn't seem to bother me, and I have asthma, like a mild asthma, I guess we'll call it, ever since I was born. You know what I'm just noticing here? Looks like the male actually has a little bit of trichomage on it. Where am I here? Is that just me? Is that just me? Yeah, little bit of a gland going on there, I think. Could be wrong. You know, the male is gonna drop pollen basically forever if we don't get him out of here. So, and we are getting, you know, we have a little bit of yellowing. I believe this is actually the male here. We just cut him. He's just kind of laying in here right now, but things are going great. They're going fine. We're gonna be just fine. Look at all the dust. Oh, you can't even see it on camera, but there's just this cloud of pollen floating around right now. So, you know, the back plants probably aren't going to be as seeded up as, you know, right here. But I'm okay with it. Like I said, I can't really get to those. So what we're going to have to do is tag what we can, and as we harvest, we'll give that a smell and see if it's worth anything. And, you know, there might be a keeper back there, but really the one that keeps coming back to me is it this girl here? Let me give it a sniff. Oh, it's this one right here. You know, and what's cool is she's actually got some of the bigger buds on her. Bigger buds, a little leafy, you know, but oh my God, it's like a fruit smoothie almost kind of smell. This one too. This is definitely something. Let me give her a sniff again. Yeah, that's all more floral here. Like it's a little bit more of the Northern Lights coming through on that. And then, you know, there's a few total duds in here. Like if I remember correctly, you know, that's got like almost nothing to it. So, you know, but this gal right here is possibly the keeper. And eventually we will chop these down, hang them, dry them, and get them ready to, I'm going to do some giveaways to some friends and coworkers. Past couple years, I've been taking some of my seed projects and just giving them away for a few reasons. I posted this on Instagram the other day, but it's fun to get new people into growing, of course. And then also, I know a couple of very experienced growers, and it's great because you get to see your stuff run in a different garden. And it expands your, I don't know, it's testers. Essentially, you're giving them out as testers. And so I like to do that. And so my caveat for everyone I hand them out to is like, all I ask for is pictures. The seeds are free. Just send me pictures and tell me what you think. So it's fun. It gets people interested in growing. I've got a couple people. I made a whole list in a notepad, and so I can give certain people. I give certain seeds depending on what they ask for. And so there's a few people, coworkers and friends that expressed interest, and they're going to try growing weed for the first time, which is really cool. So that is pretty much it, and I don't know, probably the next time we look at these, they will be getting taken down, and we'll be, I'm putting a cart before the horse here, or whatever you want to use as you're saying there, but I'm excited to get this bed emptied out and get some potential mothers for the outdoor season. So anyways, I'm going to yank this male out and go play dominoes with my family, because that's a thing we do now. And yeah, that's it. Until the next episode, over and out.